Auth Florence presents Security Upgrade Kit Installation Instructions, Model 1250. Step 1. To begin installing your Auth Florence 1250 Security Upgrade Kit, you will need to contact your local postmaster to open the master door. Step 2. Meanwhile, you can gather the tools you'll need in order to install your security upgrade kit: a screwdriver, a Phillips screwdriver, a drill, a utility knife, a pop rivet gun, a piece of 2x4, a Phillips drill bit, a punch tool, a chisel, a ratchet, and a hammer. Step 3. Once you have opened the mailbox and have your tools ready, you can remove the mailbox compartment unit from the housing by tilting it forward halfway and lifting it out of the housing. Set it aside so that you can install the new anchor bracket support in a moment. Step 4. Remove the mailbox housing from the wall by unfastening the 4 mounting screws. Set the housing aside so that you can install the new lock support bracket in a moment. Step 5. Open your security upgrade kit and make sure all the parts are in the box. You should have an anchor bracket support, a lock support bracket, a bag of fasteners, a paper template, and instructions. Step 6. We'll begin by installing the new anchor bracket support. You can remove the arrow lock assembly from the compartment unit of the mailbox by loosening the 2 screws at the top and turning the key to retract the lock bolt. You will be replacing the anchor bracket support with a new one shortly. Set aside the arrow lock for use in the new anchor bracket support. Step 7. Once the arrow lock assembly has been removed, insert the new anchor bracket support between the top crossbar and the master lock bracket. The 2 screw holes should rest against the top crossbar of the mailbox compartment unit. Place the arrow lock back into the bracket and fasten it with 2 screws, one of which is a high security screw. Once the security screw is tightened, it cannot be removed, so please be sure the anchor bracket support has been inserted correctly beforehand. After the arrow lock is back in place and the screws have been tightened, drill 2 holes in the top crossbar using the anchor bracket support as a template. Insert a self-tapping screw into each hole and tighten. Your new security lock assembly is now complete and we'll move on to the housing. Step 8. We will now install the new high security lock support bracket. You'll first need to remove the rivets from the existing arrow lock catch in the housing. Do so by breaking off the rivets with a chisel from the inside. Turn the housing over and pry off the arrow lock catch, once again using your chisel. There will be 4 rivet heads remaining intact. You'll use these as a guide for drilling holes in a moment. Next, carefully line up the alignment holes in your paper template with the 2 outside rivets. The 2 drill holes on the paper template should rest inside the housing. Using a punch tool and a hammer, mark the 2 drill holes in the housing. Remove the paper template and drill your holes. Line up the lock support bracket with the lock catch hole facing away from the housing. Insert screws into the 2 previously drilled holes. Once those screws are secure, drill holes for the other 2 screws using the lock support bracket as a template. Fasten with 2 more screws. Your lock support bracket is now installed, and you may reinstall the housing into the wall. Step 9. To reinstall the housing, refasten the 4 mounting screws. Step 10. Replace the mailbox compartment unit back into the housing by tilting the top in first and then setting the bottom pins into the groove of the housing. Tilt the mailbox into a closed position. All that's left to do is lock the mailbox. You can now enjoy your newly secured Auth Florence mailbox. If you'd like more information, call 800-275-1747 or log on to authflorence.com. That's AUTH-FLORENCE.com.